Hey, what's up, everybody? This past weekend, the biggest movie ever came out, Avengers Infinity War. It actually was the biggest opening weekend, earning $250 million. Like, holy crap.
Earned every cent.
And then some.
Yeah.
Avengers Infinity War is just a crazily huge movie, and we're going to do our best to review it as it deserves.
Ooh, it's ridiculous.
Starting things off spoiler free, so if you haven't seen it, you're still good.
I still
just go see it.
Go see it. Yeah, it's amazing, and that's almost everything we can say without spoiling anything. Like, the characters work really well together, but other than that, we can't really say too much. So
go see it.
Go see it, and then go see it again. It's incredible. Spoilers.
Well, in Infinity War, we lost 15 main characters.
15
deaths of, main Marvel heroes in the MCU. Just main characters.
Not
dead.
even the two most thought of deaths that everyone thought it would be.
Yeah,
like Cap and Iron Man were perfectly fine.
The whole original cast of Avengers is fine.
Well, Iron Man got stabbed, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's not dead.
Yeah, he's just hurt.
Getting stabbed in a movie doesn't mean anything, in a comic book movie at least, but
Yeah.
good God.
34% of the main characters survived. Like,
Way less than half. Way less than
that, oh man.
I'm still
It's
reeling.
like the Russo brothers heard people saying, "Oh, Marvel, it's too upbeat and there's no consequences," and they were like, "Oh, we'll fix that."
Yeah,
Too sweet.
We got some consequences for you.
Although I don't imagine the consequences will be too permanent. I'm pretty sure everyone, the term we're using is dusted. Everyone that got dusted is going to come back, more or less.
Okay, Spider-Man's coming back.
Yeah.
They just got him back. Spider-Man died, and it made me cry, and he's not going to stay
his death
dead.
scene was the worst.
By far.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
But yeah, Spider-Man and Black Panther died. Black Panther just had one of the biggest movies, in history.
Yeah.
So he's not staying dead.
Black Panther 2 is going to happen.
Plus, they have already announced sequels to, at least Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
And Black Panther.
Well, they could throw us for a loop with Spider-Man and go with Morales, but I doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
But Morales would be 6, according to Spider-Man timelines right now. So,
yeah.
True.
Infinity War was crazy. So let's talk about the main man himself, Thanos.
He's my favorite Marvel villain
He was
in the movies.
incredibly well done.
Loki is second, but he was not intimidating and menacing anywhere near
I don't think he was ever meant to be.
Well, no, he's the god of mission.
Thanos also kind of made you see his point, and you kind of felt sorry for him in certain parts. Like whenever he was just like, "I'm sorry, Gamora, I love you, but I need this stone because Red Skull talked to me about
That's
it."
another thing.
Yeah.
Red Skull came back.
Yeah. Red Skull is back and proving everyone's harebrained conspiracy theories that were just he didn't die, he teleported. It's true. He is on,
and he's on a space mountain.
Whatever that planet was called, guarding the Soul Stone, and he doesn't love anybody, so he couldn't get it.
I'm guessing he was kind of like a prisoner of the Soul Stone too, because it seemed like it was giving him abilities, to where he knew things about everybody that showed up.
Yeah, probably. He was probably just
just waiting for somebody to actually earn the Soul Stone.
Yeah, and that being said, Thanos...
Maybe that's what kept him alive for 100 years, too.
Yeah.
It's probably serum.
It's probably, serum or space and time being weird. It's Mars is 3 days ahead of us or whatever. I don't know.
It could be another planet like Sakaar, where time just moves different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Science, physics,
who
whatever.
knows? It's weird. But Thanos was incredibly well done. He made you feel for him, kind of made you see his point of view. I wouldn't have gone about it the same way he did.
I don't know, but I mean...
But I do get it, because he even says to Gamora, because she's just killed half of my homeworld. He's like, those children were starving and barely making it. Now kids go to sleep every day with their bellies full and shelter and everything. And like, it sounds like a way better place. He said it was basically a paradise.
Plus, you saw what happened to his planet, Titan.
Yeah.
When nobody listened to his idea and things went bad.
Well, yeah, because his idea was insane.
I know it was insane, but I'm just saying you can kind of see where he's coming from. Yeah. Not as much as like past MCU villains like Killmonger. You could see a lot more than Thanos wanted to wipe out half of life. Period. But the biggest thing to me was that he succeeded.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like bittersweet victory. There was no victory for the Avengers. It was a Thanos movie. Thanos won and did
it was such an empty victory too, because he didn't even really seem to enjoy it.
No, he didn't, because he loved Gamora and she was dead, and then he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna go farm and sit on this beach forever.
He succeeded, finished his job, and went on vacation on some weird place. Yeah.
And I really liked his minions. They were pretty. I thought they were pretty well done.
They were cool.
I thought they were slightly they could have had more development. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want them to
they were
take screen time from Thanos.
Yeah, there were 30 characters. You can't develop all of them, but the main one.
I don't know any of their names. I know a few of their abilities, but I didn't care. They killed him already.
Said their names. In the movie,
the weird looking psychic one. He was cool. He had the most development by far. Yeah, and I liked how he portrayed Thanos as the second coming of Christ.
Oh yeah, he was he showed up and was just
you are blessed.
Your savior is here.
Your savior is here to murder half of you. And then he's psychicking all over the place. Good rival for Doctor Strange. Then they had the big dumb strong one, of course. They had the
lady
assassin
one and the sneaky looking shifty one.
Yeah.
And they all died too. So it kind of evened out.
And they died reasonably well too. It wasn't just kind of
it wasn't just you're dead. That's it. Thor's here. You're done. But
it could have been.
Yeah.
The whole just weight of everything was really one of my favorite parts. How it wasn't that happy of a movie. It ended
at all
very, very depressingly. It ends. Even the credits were depressing. Normally, Marvel movies have flashy, cool looking credits. It was just black, white text,
just plain credits,
somber, quiet music. So you can hear everyone still sniffling and crying in the theater.
And then on top of everything else, there wasn't a mid credits funny scene.
Yeah, there was just
wasn't really
teaser with two more deaths in it.
Yeah, Nick Fury and Maria Hill are now dead. They got erased. Yeah. So, good God.
Man, though, when that car pulled out in front of him, I leaned into Daniel and I was just like, oh my God, Coulson's here. Nope, I was wrong.
I was hoping it was Coulson.
So.
But, we'll say this. It's very, it's not as much of a just pout fest that's trying to make you cry as we're saying. Because they did, beautifully balance out humor with dread.
The Russo brothers have proven they have such a great balance between comedy and drama with Winter Soldier, Civil War, and now Infinity War. They are very good at it.
Yeah, because Iron Man was making funny quips at first, and then he kind of stopped when stuff started getting thick.
Yeah,
but.
The funniest part to me was Thor and the Guardians interaction.
Yeah.
Star-Lord being super jealous of him, and
he was unconscious, and Drax was in love with him.
Drax was super in love with him, and kept, what would he say? A pirate had a baby with an angel.
Yeah.
And then they keep calling him that later. They're just Pirate Angel guy.
I think my favorite comedy interactions was definitely between Doctor Strange and Iron Man.
Those were pretty good.
Because they were both just kind of huge dicks to each other, trying to have a dick off or whatever you'd call it. Spider-Man was just there. You're just I'll make pop culture reference to lighten this tension.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was just The comedy was fantastic.
The action was also fantastic.
Oh,
some of the fight scenes,
very well done.
I couldn't like some of the like Black Order Thanos' minions had sometimes slightly questionable CGI, but Thanos himself,
He just looked like part of the set.
he looked like he was a real life,
Like,
Titan.
They spent some serious money on that rendering because
He looked incredible,
he
and
was
he
nuts.
moved like so fluidly.
Speaking of Thanos being incredible, he has the best villain entrance.
Oh,
First thing he does is completely beat the hell out of the Incredible Hulk
And Thor.
and Thor, but it didn't show that. Thor's on his knees getting his head squeezed or whatever, and then Hulk comes in. Thanos beats the ever-living shit out of him. There was no chance. Hulk was just overpowered completely. It was awesome, and then he killed Loki probably for sure this time.
Yeah, and Loki had quite the like grisly death scene.
Yeah,
getting
it was
strangled. It was pretty
and then
gruesome.
He had a little redemption before he went out there.
Yeah, he tried.
But there's not much you can do against Thanos.
No.
I mean, even the Avengers failed against him, and it was just so well done. Thanos was great. One of my favorite things they included was the Iron Spider suit.
Yes,
Had its legs.
It had its legs,
and it had 4 legs instead of 3 like it does in the comics. That never made sense to me.
I loved that because it had 8.
Yeah, and
counting Spider.
They just would pop out like he was saving Doctor Strange from space, and he was like, "What the hell are these?" But the Iron Spider was one of my. It wasn't actually my favorite suit in the movie because Iron Man's new nanotech suit is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, like I'm assuming he must have spent a little bit of time in Wakanda to learn some of that stuff because it reminded me a lot of Black Panther's suit.
Who knows?
Way
well,
better.
yeah, but in Black Panther
Way
they did
better.
say the world was catching up. I'm sure they meant Stark.
Oh yeah.
But he was just like forming knives, forming hammers, like making his
guns even.
Yeah.
Laser
yeah,
guns.
and he made his like feet into one big, huge like jet.
Yeah, that was cool.
And one of my favorite parts was when he was fighting Thanos. Thanos kept like decking him, knocking the nanites off, and then you could see like the nanites were moving up from like his legs to his face because that's where he was currently getting punched. And I think he was actually like running out of nanites.
Yeah, because you could see like his back was starting to get a little thin,
and his armor was very just like patchy all over the place. But it was one of the most depressing and satisfying endings to a movie I can remember. Yeah, like there's not much.
It
else
was
to say
exactly
about
what I thought I was gonna get, but at the same time, it was way more than I thought I was gonna get.
it. Yeah, exactly.
The only thing I really didn't like was Thor's new weapon.
Yeah, Stormbreaker was pretty. It's a little too big for Thor, but
it's comically massive.
It was made
Yeah.
to kill Thanos, not for Thor himself. So I kind of get it. And also in the Ultimate Universe, that's more or less how big Thor's hammer is. But in the Ultimate Universe, Thor is like jacked to holy hell.
Yeah,
so it doesn't look as big.
It just looks
I did
silly.
like that it is perfectly the size of Thanos' chest.
Yes.
Just looks so silly, him swinging that massive axe hammer around. I don't like it.
One thing I did not like was there was one reference to him, but there was no Ant-Man at all.
Ant-Man and Hawkeye were totally absent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Hawkeye.
They
Everyone
were just
does.
like, they got a house arrest deal from Ross, apparently. They, Cap broke them out of the raft, and then they were just like, well, we're good. We'll see you later, Cap.
Yeah.
But I have nothing negative to say about it. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Every second of it, I loved it.
It's barely negative because I'm sure Ant-Man will be addressed in part 2.
Anything negative about it's a nitpick.
Yeah. One thing I'm really curious to see, I have a theory that Doctor Strange put some kind of trap on the Time Stone, and that's why he gave it up so easily.
Yeah, that could be it.
Because there was that trap on the amulet itself.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he was just like did a quick spell and was like, here you go, don't kill Tony.
Yeah.
That could be it, but I think he's in the future. He saw they only win with Sark.
That's true.
Stark has to be alive, or Thanos has to win
Because
in order for them to win later.
I forgot he was doing his homework.
It might
basically.
be he saw the future, and the only scenario was they have to lose before they can win.
Yeah.
So they more or less, like, you know, he wipes out half the, you know, everything, and then they come back and more or less undo what he did.
But how can they? The gauntlet looks like it's been destroyed.
It looks, and it wasn't destroyed. It was kind of like
it cracked,
busted-ish.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's what happens when you use all 5 or all 6 at the same time.
Yeah,
Thanos might have set it up that way.
Yeah,
because maybe he doesn't want to have unlimited access to it, because that would be
that's true. Yeah,
that'd
we
be
don't
too
know.
powerful for anybody. We don't know what happened to the gauntlet.
But good God, was it an incredible ride? I mean, R.I.P. to Bucky, Loki, Gamora, Star-Lord, Drax, Mantis, Groot, Falcon, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Nick Fury, and Maria Hill.
All dead.
That we know of.
That is absolutely insane.
Like,
the fact that reading the death list, I had to pause to breathe. That is so many deaths.
The only ones that lived were the original Avengers cast, War Machine, Nebula, and Rocket. That's it. That's it. God, what?
All in all, Avengers Infinity War is one of the best Marvel movies of all time. Probably one of the best superhero movies of all time. And it had some amazing character interactions, like all the odd pairings of Avengers and Guardians, like mixing together works very well. Had a lot of emotional death scenes.
yeah,
And Spider-Man especially was just gut-wrenching.
It leaves you feeling kind of empty inside.
Yeah, it really does. It had absolutely excellent action. The fight, whenever all the Guardians, minus like Gamora, Rocket, and Groot, and like Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange were all fighting Thanos, was probably one of the best like fight scenes in movie history.
Yeah, it was really well done.
I also found it to be very well paced. There was no point that I eased back and got off the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
It kept me enthralled the entire time. And it also had a very good balance of humor and like dread and like somber, serious deaths. And it all worked really well. Overall, we give it a 9.5. It is a very highly recommended movie to see. If you haven't seen it yet, why the hell are you watching this part past the spoiler alert? But go see it now. Go do it. You have to do it. If you have seen it, you probably want to see it again, because I know I do.
Yeah, I really
And I'm
do.
going to. At least 2 more times. But that's our review of Avengers Infinity War. Let us know what you liked most about it in the comments, and we'll catch y'all next time with more Bro Trio content. Hey, thanks for watching. Did you like the video? Why don't you hit that like and subscribe button? It really helps us grow the channel. And don't forget to ring that bell to join our notification squad. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I put the links in the description just to make it easier for you to get to. And we will catch you next time for the next video from the Bro Trio.